A mother and her 9-year-old son vanished in Yosemite in 2003 after ignoring park warnings. 6 years later, drone footage revealed a shocking clue hidden deep in a restricted ravine, finally uncovering the truth behind their mysterious disappearance. August 14, 2003, dawned like any other summer morning in Yosemite National Park. Sunlight spilled across the granite cliffs, waterfalls thundered into the valleys below, and the air carried the faint scent of pine and wildflowers. Visitors streamed into the park, cameras clicking, backpacks strapped tight, eager for adventure. Among them were Maria Dawson, 34, a wildlife photographer, and her 9-year-old son, Ethan, ready to explore the park's most breathtaking trails. What started as a day of exploration would quickly turn into a nightmare. Park rangers had been issuing repeated warnings about certain restricted areas, zones with unstable cliffs, hidden ravines, and sudden landslide risks. Officer Daniels, a veteran ranger, personally cautioned families that morning, emphasizing that some trails were off-limits for safety reasons. Maria and Ethan, however, were drawn by the allure of the untouched wilderness. Eager to capture unique photographs and chase adventure, they ignored the warnings and slipped past the safety barriers. Hours later, when they failed to return, the park erupted into a frantic search. Helicopters scoured cliffs, K-9 units combed dense forests, and volunteers combed the trails. But there was no trace of them anywhere. For 6 years, Maria and Ethan's disappearance remained a haunting mystery. That was until drone footage captured something deep within the restricted area, revealing a shocking truth that no search party had been able to uncover. Maria Dawson had always planned meticulously. Her photography gear was packed with precision, maps marked, batteries charged, snacks prepared. But even the best-laid plans could falter in the face of curiosity. Early that morning, Officer Daniels stopped Maria and Ethan at the trailhead near the Mist Trail. "Stay out of the restricted zones," he warned. "Unstable cliffs, hidden ravines, and landslides. Do not enter, no matter what you see out there." Maria smiled politely, assuring him they'd be careful. But once he walked away, Ethan's eyes lit up at a narrow, overgrown trail partially hidden behind the barricades. "Mom, let's see what's down there," he urged. Maria hesitated. She remembered Daniel's warning but was tempted by the chance to photograph wildlife away from crowded paths. With a sigh, she agreed. They stepped past the "Do Not Enter" sign and vanished into dense undergrowth. By afternoon, hikers near the trailhead noticed their absence. Maria and Ethan had disappeared into an area known to rangers as the Hidden Ravine, a treacherous zone infamous for rockfalls and sudden drops. As hours passed, concern turned to alarm. Nightfall brought a chilling realization. Maria and Ethan had not returned. Officer Daniels immediately coordinated a search, summoning volunteers, hikers, and park staff. Helicopters roared over cliffs, their lights cutting through darkness. Thermal cameras scanned the terrain. Dogs tracked faint scents, but all efforts failed. Near the entrance to the hidden ravine, searchers found disturbed soil, a broken hiking stick, and footprints leading toward the restricted area, but the trail abruptly ended. It was as if they had simply vanished into the forest floor. News outlets picked up the story, "Mother and son disappear in Yosemite." The park was flooded with curiosity, fear, and speculation. Was this a kidnapping, an accident, or something far more sinister? The investigation escalated. FBI agents, forensic teams, and hundreds of volunteers scoured the park. Maps, trail logs, and ranger reports were examined to reconstruct the events. Officer Daniels recounted the morning vividly. They looked excited, adventurous. "I called out again when I saw them crossing the barrier. They waved and disappeared. I should have stopped them. I tried. But they were gone." The hidden ravine's geography made searching nearly impossible. Narrow, steep, and littered with unstable rocks, the area had already claimed lives in minor accidents. Experts feared that if Maria and Ethan had slipped, Their bodies and belongings could have been buried under debris or hidden among the trees. Days turned into weeks. Despite exhaustive searches, there were no new leads. The park continued operations, but the mystery loomed over Yosemite, leaving both visitors and staff uneasy. 6 years passed. Maria and Ethan remained missing. The Dawson family endured years of unanswered questions, holding memorial services at the trailhead where they vanished. The trail where the pair had disappeared was quietly closed. Rangers kept detailed notes and maintained aerial surveillance, hoping that someday technology would allow them to see what human eyes had missed. Media interest faded. New visitors walked the paths unaware of the tragedy that had occurred. Yosemite's majestic beauty carried a silent warning. Even the safest-looking trails could conceal deadly danger if instructions were ignored. Then, in 2009, drone technology changed everything. Amateur filmmaker Aaron Myers was flying his drone over Yosemite to capture wildlife when he noticed a peculiar object deep within the hidden ravine. The drone captured the faint outline of what appeared to be an abandoned campsite. Items were scattered: a small backpack, a child's shoe, and a camera case strikingly similar to Maria's photography kit. Rangers and forensic experts were immediately called to investigate. Accessing the ravine was dangerous. The steep cliffs required ropes, and thick vegetation slowed progress. What they found was chilling. A trail of footprints led to a narrow cliff. Handprints were etched into the muddy soil, suggesting Maria had tried to hold onto something as the ground beneath them gave way. Debris and fallen branches indicated a sudden landslide had occurred, burying parts of the trail and hiding evidence from previous search parties. For the first time in 6 years, authorities had physical confirmation of Maria and Ethan's presence in the restricted area, validating the theory that their disappearance resulted from ignoring the park's warnings. Investigators reconstructed the events. Maria, protective of Ethan, had attempted to navigate the ravine despite unstable terrain. Evidence suggested she tried to stabilize both herself and her son, clinging to rocks and trees as soil gave way. Drone footage, combined with topographical data, revealed how the ravine's hidden slopes could swallow travelers without warning. Items recovered: Ethan's hat, Maria's notebook, and camera lenses, painted a picture of desperation and survival. Attempts. Experts confirmed the danger of the hidden ravine. Steep cliffs, loose soil, and dense vegetation made self-rescue nearly impossible. Every sign in the area had warned visitors to stay out. Maria and Ethan's decision to ignore those signs ultimately led to tragedy. While heartbreaking, the discovery finally offered the Dawson family closure. The mother and son's final location had been identified, and the sequence of events that claimed them could be understood for the first time. The drone discovery sparked renewed awareness in Yosemite. Warnings were reinforced, safety campaigns intensified, and aerial surveillance became a critical part of park safety. Visitors now pause at the hidden ravine signs, reminded of the dangers of reckless exploration. For the Dawson family, grief mingled with relief. They knew the truth of their loved ones' last hours, and while nothing could bring Maria and Ethan back, their story became a cautionary tale. Nature's majesty is compelling, but Yosemite's cliffs and ravines are unforgiving. The Dawson case reminded everyone, adventure must be tempered with respect for rules and warnings. One lapse, one ignored instruction, and tragedy can strike silently. Today, as drones hover over Yosemite, capturing panoramic views, they also serve as guardians of history. Maria and Ethan's story, immortalized through technology, ensures that their tragedy continues to teach generations about respect, caution, and the power of nature. 6 years after vanishing, Maria and Ethan Dawson's fate was finally revealed through drone footage, deep in a restricted ravine where human search efforts had failed. Their story became Yosemite's most haunting lesson, a tragedy born from curiosity, love, and the fatal consequences of ignoring clear warnings. 4 years, the Dawson family endured uncertainty, holding on to hope while the park searched tirelessly. The hidden ravine, long off-limits to visitors, silently concealed their fate, demonstrating the sheer unpredictability of nature. Today, hikers and photographers read the warning signs, many unaware of the Dawson family's story. Yet the truth lingers: Yosemite, for all its beauty, demands respect. Ignoring the rules, even for adventure, can lead to irreversible loss. As drones continue to soar above cliffs and valleys, capturing breathtaking views, they also tell stories the eye cannot see. Maria and Ethan Dawson's disappearance is now immortalized as both a warning and a lesson. Their adventure, filled with love and curiosity, ended in tragedy, but it also reminds all who enter Yosemite to tread carefully, honor the rules, and respect the silent power of the wilderness.